Hello everyone, welcome to TechCast tutorial. In my last video, I have shown you how you can use Countif function to identify how many times each of the items sold. Like here, there are 5 items: probiotic, roasted nut, oatmeal raisin, fortune cookie, and unsalted nut. So by using Countif function, I have shown you how you can identify how many times each of these item has been sold. But if you want to separate the data into more details, such as if you want to see the probiotic has been sold like 50 times, but if you want to see how many times customer wise it has been sold, so there are 5 customers, 1 2 3 and 4 and 5. So if you want to see how many times customer 1 has bought probiotic or customer 2 has bought probiotic, this kind of details, then you need to insert additional details into your function. So in that case, you have to use Countifs instead of Countif. So let's start. So first, you can see I have written Countif function to identify total number of times sold probiotic. Now I'm going to write Countifs function. So for customer number on, just start with equation sign, write Countifs, select this function. So then you are going to select the criteria range 1. Okay, so the criteria range 1, this is going to be the same thing what we have selected last time, this product. So let's start selecting that. So control shift down arrow, so you have selected all the range of the product. So I'm going to log this cell, so because I'm going to use this equation for other cell as well, so I'm going to keep the range same for other equation. Okay, so then you are going to select the criteria 1. So the criteria 1 is probiotic, so you are going to select probiotic. So that's actually mimic your Countif function until the Countif function. Now you are going to give additional criteria. So now I'm going to additional criteria range. So which is going to be the additional criteria range? I'm going to select all the customer range cell, which is column A. Okay, so control shift down arrow, and you are going to select until this. Okay, so like the earlier time, I'm going to uh, place dollar sign to fix the cell. Okay, so then you are going to write what's your criteria 2. Okay, so uh, in this case I am going to write inverted comma equal to 1, because I am going to select which one is actually customer number 1, and from that criteria I'm going to select how many times customer 1 has bought probiotic. So then you can just close the parenthesis and hit enter. Okay, so you see the value has been generated 6. So customer 1 has bought 6 times the probiotic. Okay, so the same thing you can do for 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this equation. So this time instead of customer 1, I'm going to write customer 2. Okay, so what's happening here? Okay, so you have to actually Okay, so basically this should be J2. So uh, I should have actually logged this cell as well, the probiotic one, so that I could copy this for. Okay, so just log this. Okay, now copy this to next of the cell. Okay, so here you are going to write 3, then 4. You can automate this if you want, but just for this time I'm not going to automate it. So 5. Okay, so as you can see, the customer 1 has bought 6 times. Probiotic has been bought by customer 1 is 6 times. For customer 2, it is 12 times. For customer 3, it is 11 times. For customer 4, 11 times. And customer 5 is 10 times. And if you sum it up, you will see that. So sum this range. Okay. So which is 50. Okay. So you can apply the same equation for roasted nut to see how many times customer 1 bought it. So let's copy this equation to rest of the cell. Okay, so you see it is showing 6. Okay, because it you have to change the equation a little bit. Okay, instead of J20 you have to you have to write here J21 actually, which is roasted nut. Okay, so now you see it has been like it has been selected and showed how many times customer 1 has bought roasted nut, which is 2 times. And if you go until the very end, okay, sorry for that, so select this equation. So instead of 1 just write 2, instead of 1 write 3, then 4, and finally 5. Okay, so if you sum it up, which is 39. Okay, so same way you can do this for oatmeal raisin. For oatmeal raisin it would be J22 actually. Okay, so 33, and you can copy until here and write it 1, 2, 3, 4, and finally 5. Okay, so if you sum it up, it is 272. So I hope you have understood how you can apply this Countifs function to identify additional details or give additional criteria within Countif. So I have showed it for 2 criteria. So for instance, if you want to apply additional criteria as well, like if you want to show how many items uh, has been bought for probiotic by customer on which is made in first shift, then you can also give that criteria within that function, Countifs function. So I hope that was very useful, and if you want to separate the data in different criteria point of view, then this Countifs function is very useful. Thanks everyone for watching. Please don't forget to like, comments, and subscribe.